our team when Paulina had a chance to score 100. She had a chance to get 10 points, and instead she so desperately wanted Ariel to have her first basket after being out so long. So I think that was kind of encapsulates what we're about. And great energy on both ends. We were good at the switch on the ball screen. We were really good at over 94 feet. And the ball moves were hard to guard. I think we rebounded 22 of our 37 misses. So also we're pretty rugged on the glass. So just a really good effort by our guys.
Yeah, that rebounding stat, it was early on, it was 8 of your first 11 misses, before the shots started to fall for you guys. Do you think that's something that your team understands? Obviously, they heated up as the game went on, but when the shots aren't falling in, you just have to work that much harder on the glass.
Yeah, and also when the ball moves, it means you can crash the glass against a retreating defense, right? It's really hard to block a guy out on the move. So I thought it really came down to as the ball moved, we were able to find openings to crash the glass. And so it kind of just proved that what we're trying to kind of help them continue to do.
It's kind of foreshadowing of what was to come. On the first possession, Anya on a switch forced a turnover from Rose, and that kind of typified how the game went.
Yeah, we wanted to be aggressive at the point of the screen and then go between that and switching, and we ended up switching most of the game, which gives a lot of credit to kind of the versatility of our feet, that we were able to keep bodies in front and really force a lot of contested shots today.
And obviously the perimeter shooting, I don't know when you've had better perimeter shooting from everybody.
Yeah, I think Toddy and Eva have shot the ball well all year long, right? And it's a matter of as the ball moves, you're taking an open shot and it's in rhythm, and then we know how to crash. So just a good offensive game, which led to good shooting.
I would imagine that one of the main attributes you would want from an outside shooter is knowing when to not force outside shots. Do you think Eva and Kenny they understand that?
Yeah, I do. I actually would love them both to shoot even more. They're shooting the ball great. I really like on the baseline there. They hard closed out Toddy, and she went in and made a layup. These kids are really hard to guard, and when they feel aggressive on the catch, one way or the other, we're usually pretty good. As you can see, they're starting to kind of see their teammates in flow as well.
What about the job that Eva did on Rose? Rose came in as their big three-point shooter, shooting more than 50%. I think she had 2.
Yeah. We were able to switch at the point of the screen. We really wanted to make her put the ball on the floor. So, her range and her release kind of surprised us at first, and then we locked down.
21 points again today from Toddy. How much has her game improved this year from last year, and how helpful is that to your team to take it to the next level?
Huge. Yeah, Toddy always came in with a lot of potential, and her growth literally game to game, month to month, is on full display. Right, so she's won over a lot of hearts in Carmichael because everyone's seeing game to game her getting better and better and better, right? And so she's doing more off the at the rim, more layups. She's catching more shot ready. Just a really good basketball player that wants to be great, and so she's kind of putting the days together to get there.
Talking about that impressive rebound margin, I think SB had a first half double-double today. How important is she to you guys on the glass, and how dangerous can she be?
She's such a motor, especially with Tiani and Destiny playing well. It allows Alyssa to play some at the perimeter in the guard spot. And now she's a really hard guy to block out as a guard, right? And so their emergence has allowed Alyssa to attack it from various angles. But really, she's your engine, she's your motor. So everything she gets, you root for it because it's effort.
Interesting stretch of the season. I think 8 of your next 9 games are against teams either ranked or receiving votes in the polls.
Yeah.
How do you feel like you guys are positioned kind of, or it's no secret, but this is when the season really starts. How do you feel about where y'all are at right now?
That's why you come here for these challenges. These guys know it doesn't get easier. We felt like a Wilmington team. I felt like they took them for granted, and so we didn't play with great energy, whereas they knew Wofford was a really good team, and so they came with great energy. So I'm just going to hope we play better teams, because obviously then our guys just come with a little bit more sense of purpose and effort. So, it's why you come here for these opportunities.
Well, the other night, you kind of bemoaned that maybe the defense wasn't as intense throughout as it should have been.
Yeah.
What's your view of tonight's game?
Yeah, exactly.
Or today's game?
These guys they don't like not playing well. So I wouldn't want to play a Tar Heel team after not playing well, right? So they didn't play well, and they knew it, and they knew that it was in their control. We were kind of looking for home runs and steals instead of being positional. And I think we'll like the defensive film today.
What shifted there? They were kind of hanging around the first quarter, and then all of a sudden, you were gone in the second quarter.
Yeah, they were shooting 62% from 3, and that's, with the exception maybe of Indiana, that doesn't hold true over a game. So as long as they were contested and they were at least 2 feet off the arc, I was all right? And those also lead to long misses, which we were tracking on, which led to our break. So, sometimes it's just you can't pummel a team in the first 3 minutes of the game. You got to kind of get into it and sink your teeth into the game. And I thought, start to finish, we were the better team and played it today.
Anything you particularly learned from this game?
When we play hard, we're really good. Yeah, when the ball moves, we can be really good.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Tatum.
All right, she's over. She gets All right, fire away, Eva Hodgson.
So, tied your career high, I think, on 3-pointers.
I didn't know that.
What's that?
I said I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
So, obviously, you and a lot of your teammates were feeling it tonight. How good is it to get the perimeter shooting going for everybody today?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. I think part of it just comes with a want as a whole group of guards to facilitate for others. And that's something that we've been trying to work on over the season is finding the best shot, and sometimes it's not you. And so being comfortable and just distributing and finding that great shot is what we've kind of tried to focus on. And I think you saw it tonight. We were able to knock down a lot of shots, and part of it was because it was all in rhythm, and it was open, and it wasn't forcing anything, but it feels great.
And then the job you did on Rose, she came in as their big 3-point shooter. She's shooting more than 50%. I think she had 2. What was the aim to hold her down today?
Yeah, for all their guards, it was to try to run them off the line. A lot of them like to throw it up, and threes is the way a team can kind of crawl back into a game without even necessarily expecting it. So with her, it was really just trying to force her to get something different. Make her take pull-ups, make her get to the rim and finish over our lanky bodies, and that's what we applied to her, but also to the rest of their guards too.
4 players for you guys in double figures today. I mean, is it fair to say that, like, amongst the team, there isn't really a pressure on one player in any given game because of that?
Yeah, I think it allows people to play a little more freely. And like I was talking about earlier, just finding that best shot. And that's what's going to be important in bigger games is teams will scout us and know what we're good at. And so on any given night, we need different people to step up and be able to produce because you don't know how you're going to shoot or what the other teams are going to allow you to do.
You guys ended up scoring a season high in points, but you were only 2 of your first 12 from the field. So, like, is that something that y'all just kind of come accustomed to, just accepting, like, there's just going to be stretches where you're not making shots, and even if it's at the beginning of the game, it's not really a big deal?
Yeah, I mean, you summed it up perfectly. I think for us, it's shooting through dry spells. That's what I was looking for. Shooting through dry spells, and then also just trusting that like they will fall. All of us have put in plenty of time to get shots up, and we know what we're comfortable doing. And so allowing those to come over the course of the game is almost an expectation. And unfortunately, we've been shown to be a second half team. So being able to try to get out early and maybe get some of those misses out, and then get comfortable and get going is really important for us.
Thanks, Eva.
Awesome.
Congratulations.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.
Get out, kids. Hello.
Hey, Kennedy. How does it feel to have both you and just everybody hitting from 3-point range and getting it going?
Yeah, I think it just shows how much work we put in on our 3-ball and just finding each other. It makes offense easier when we're making shots, of course, but when people are hot, we look for them. So it felt good to just be able to hit shots and get other people's shots. So that's how we play, and that's how we'll continue to play. So it was fun.
You scored 13 of your points in the second quarter. That was really the stretch where y'all put the game away.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that period of the game, and how does it feel as a player when it's just falling for you?
Yeah, I was feeling it. I was getting hot, and then with my energy, it helped with the team and just going that lead, which we needed because it was neck and neck a little bit, but we got stops, easy scores. People were hot, so we just were looking for each other. So it made offense easier and let us have that lead.
How much y'all respect Wofford heading into this game? They're on a 7-game winning streak. I think they won their league last year.
Yeah, Coach told us before that their record and how much the 7-win streak. So we had a lot of respect for them. We knew that they could shoot the ball, and it was just walking into the scout pretty much. So.
What's going through your head when you guys are just rolling there in the second and third quarter and everything's going right?
Yeah, felt good. Like I said, like the game just flowed, and we were able, once we get stops to scores, it was easier, and it was fluid, and a lot of people got to play, and that's how we were rolling. So it was fun.
Entering today, obviously you guys were off probably your 2 most sluggish offensive performances against Indiana and UNCW. Today you get 99 points, your most efficient output on offense of the year. What were the discussions before the game or in practice about kind of getting your offensive game back going, and how did you see that play out today?
Yeah, it was really the defensive stops to help us get get to where we wanted to go. I mean, Coach told us before, before the game, we needed to feel like Carolina itself for this game, because the past couple of games we haven't been playing up to our potential. So I think this game we definitely showed a lot of energy, and definitely we're playing up to our standard, and it was just very important these past couple of days with practices and stuff. So we knew, and we took that in.
Did it mostly come down to defense? Because in the last game, Courtney said, the defense was not where it needed to be.
Yes. Yes.
And today, it seemed like you kept the pressure going all game.
Yeah, we did keep the pressure. I mean, they were making shots. They're a good team, so can't put it past them. But we obviously we came out with the dub, so we're a really better team today. So yes.
Thanks, Kennedy.
Yep,
Thank you.
Nailed it.